Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about percent proportions and equations. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share for more videos. Today's objective is going over the percent equation, and there's two ways to find the percent equation. You can do it in the proportion way or in the equation way. The proportion way would be A over W is equivalent to P over 100. A over W is part over a whole, which is equal to the percent over 100. A percentage over 100. And you would put over 100 because whenever you are writing a percent in fraction form, you would write it as the number over 100. For example, you would do 47 over 100, which is equivalent to 47%. Let's erase this. Okay. Now we have the equation way. For the equation way, you would do percent times the whole equals the part, or A. If you're getting confused with variables, I color-coded it so that it makes sense. So the green is the percent, the blue is the whole, and the red is the part. You can also put the part as A if it confuses you. We're also going to be changing the percent sign to a variable X later on as we do the examples. Some key words to identify when reading a problem is when it says the percent, that means they're talking about the percent. If it's is, then that means they're talking about the part. If it's of, that means that they're talking about the whole. Let's take a look at some examples involving proportions. Let's do black. Number 1, what percent of 20 is 10? So right now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put A over W equals P over 100. I'm also going to write is the part, is the part, and of is the whole, of is the whole. So for number 1, what percent? They're asking what the percent is. They're not giving it, which means that we don't know the percent. So I'm going to go ahead and just plug in our P over 100 just the way that it is, because I don't know the percent. What percent of 20? I see the word of, which means that they're talking about the whole. Of 20, so I can write 20 as my W, so W equals to 20, is 10. I see that they're talking about is, which means the part, so I can go ahead and put 10 here. When I do this, I have to cross multiply. P times 20 is 20P, which equals to 10 times 100, which is 1,000. Now what you would do, according to order of operations, is you would divide and make that P single, So divide by 20. Divide by 20. P equals to 50 because 1,000 divided by 20 is 50. Don't forget to also put your percent sign when you're writing out your problem. Let's take a look at number 2. What number is 45% of 60? I'm going to write my formula. A over W equals P over 100. I'm also going to write is the part, and of is the whole. What percent of 20 is 10? Oh wait, sorry, we just did that one. What number, we're talking about number 2 now. What number is 45% of 60? So right away, I see my percent because there's a percent sign right next to it. So I can go ahead and plug that in. 45 over 100. And right next to that, I see the word of. When they're saying the word of, I know that they're talking about the whole. So of 60, I can go ahead and plug that in, of 60. And then for my part, they're asking what number is, so I don't know the part. So I'm just going to leave it as A. Now when I'm cross multiplying, 100 times A, that's just 100A. I'm going to cross multiply with another color. That's just 100A is equivalent to 45 times 60, which is 2,700. When I divide by 100, to single out the A, I also have to do that to the same other side too. 2,700 divided by 100 is 27. So my part is 27. Our last example, 15% of what number is 7? Let's choose this color. 15% of what number is 7? I'm going to write my formula. A over W is equivalent to P over 100. I'm going to write is the part, and of is the whole. Okay. So for this, what I can do now is that right away in the first number of the problem, I see 15%, which means that's my percent. So I can just plug that in. 15 over 100 is equivalent to A over W. They're asking of what number, which means I don't know my whole. So I'm going to put W right there. Of what number is 7? Is 7, which means that's my part. That's my A. So I'm going to put 7. Now I can cross multiply. 7 times 100 is 700. 15 times W is 15W. I divide 15 by 15, so I can make that W single. Then what I can do now is that I can do 700 divided by 15, which gives me a decimal number. I'm going to round this number to the nearest tenth. As per your directions on your page, please round either to the nearest whole number, hundredth, whatever it says on your paper. But for me, I'm going to round it to the nearest tenth, which means mine would be 46.7. Okay. That was it for the proportion examples. Let's take a look at the equation examples. Just like the last one, we have 3 examples, and we're going to use the equation formula, which is, let's choose the color, percent times whole equals the part. And I'm going to write is the part, and of is the whole. There we go. So percent times the whole equals the part. What percent of 50 is 75? Number 1. So they're asking for what percent, which means I'm just going to leave this as a variable x. What percent of 50? Of 50, which means that they're asking for the whole. So I can do times 50 is the part, is 75. So what I can do now is that I can do 50x equals to 75. So then I can divide by 50 to make the x singular. Divide by 50. 75 divided by 50 is 1.5. 75 divided by 50 is 1.5. So this would not be 1.5%, because what you would do is you would move the decimal 2 places to the right. 2 places to the right. So that is 150%. Because remember, you have to add an invisible 0 here. So that would be 150%. Okay. Let's take a look at another problem. Let's choose yellow. I'm going to do my formula, percent times the whole equals to the part. I'm going to change my percent sign to the variable x. Number 2, what number is? I forgot about this. Is the part. Of is the whole. What number is 18% of 64? So right away, I see my percent. So I'm going to put 18. But don't forget that I also have to move my decimal 2 places to the left in order for it to be a decimal. So I'm going to put 2 places to the left. So that is 0.018. Wait, no, sorry. 0.18. 0.18. I'm just going to, or I can just put 0.18. It's a very weird looking 8. 0.18 of 64 here. Of 64. Of, I know that is my whole. So I can just do that as 64. And I don't know my part because it's asking what number is. So I'm just going to put P there. Now I can open up my calculator and I can do 0.18 or 0.18 times 64, which gives me an answer of 11.52, which is my part. Let's take a look at our last and final example for today. Do it in green. Percent times the whole equals the part. I'm going to change my percent sign to a variable x. 25% of what number is 20? 25% of what number is 20? So what I'm going to do for this is that I'm going to do 25%. I'm going to make that 2 places to the left. So that is 0.25. Oops. 0.25 of what number? So I'm just going to leave that as W. Of what number is 20? Is 20? Is 20? So now for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide my 0.25 by that so that it cancels out. That just gives me W equals divide by 0.25. So 20 divided by 0.25 is 80. So my whole is 80. If you found this video useful, then don't forget to visit our website at tinyurl.com/myquicklessons. Our website includes previous math materials like worksheets, access to Q&A sessions, math videos, extra subject videos, and so much more that I can't even count. So don't forget to visit our website. I'll see you next time. Bye!